Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us all here today. Today, Shaar HaBitachon Ilu Nishmas, a dear friend Menachem ben Yisrael Yaakov, as well as my dear aunt Rivka Bas Gavriel Tzvi, and for Zaidi, Reb Shmuel ben Yosef Dov HaKohen, and B'schus L'Refuah Shalema Bekarov, Meshalem ben Sarah Rachel, and Miriam Bas Sarah. Today, we are on page 305 in the Ora Vigdor, for those who are following along. And today, we're starting another section of Bitachon, and it talks about Bitachon and our reward for mitzvah. So we were very, very good about the last couple of weeks understanding personal mitzvos, interpersonal mitzvos, when, how, in what manner we should have Bitachon, where it's appropriate to apply Bitachon, where we should keep it a secret with our mitzvos. Now, today we're going to talk about all these things are nice when we do mitzvos, but, very often, if not for always, most times we do a mitzvah because we do also like the schar, the credit that we get from Hashem for doing these mitzvahs. And so today we're going to talk about the bitachon and the reward system, how Hashem works with this reward system that He's put into place for individuals when they are doing mitzvahs, or how they are punished when you do an avera. So today we're going to talk about that. Ubeferish hachelik hashishi, the sixth part of bitachon is v'hu bagmul ha'olam hazeh v'olam haba, relates to the reward in this world and the world to come. Ashiyeh ha'adam royulei b'masa tov ba'olam, that a man deserves a reward in return for all the good deeds, for all the mitzvahs that he has done. Hu shagmil ashnei panim. The reward system works in two primary forms. One of them is gemul ba'olam hazeh bavad, a reward that you will receive only in this world. Then there's another one, reward gemul ba'olam habal bavad, and the other one is olam haba, reward system that you get in olam haba. Then v'yesh yu ru'am shneim al maseh echad. Then there's also certain things that when you do them, you get schar olam hazeh and olam haba. And so we're going to delve into that. V'loy perish lanu ba'er zeh ba'er hetev. It has not been fully explained to us in the Torah as to when these different methods are used. When you get schar in this world, when you get schar in olam haba, or when you get schar in both worlds. However, Hashem guaranteed to His people that there is a general reward for deeds in overall, just in general. Now, before we continue, we're going to talk about payments for averos. He also did not specify the payment for various kinds of services in this world. The Torah does not tell us, hey, you're going to get X if you do A. But when it came to the averos, it was very clear that it was spelled out, and he's going to give over here those examples. It was spelled out in the Torah exactly the punishments that you get for doing averos. He says, he says, talks about skila, all kinds of different things, malchus habarim, or misa, or karis, lashes, death. He says payment, he says, v'sashlume kefal, when you have to pay double if you steal, v'sashlume arba v'chamishel, sometimes you have to pay 4 or 5 times the amount. Damages, if you cause someone damages to their property, if you dug a pit and somebody fell in there and they hurt themselves, if you broke someone's, if you hurt someone's animals, if you burnt someone, and if you wounded a person, if you insulted a person, if you caused defamation, if you defamed someone's name, and many, many other things like this. The Torah spells out exactly. There's a system there, perfect system. If you do this transgression, you're going to get this punishment. If you do this one, you get that one. So the question stands, why does the Torah not have a menu of sorts to tell us that when we do a mitzvah, we get B credit? What if we do C mitzvah, we get D credit? Why does Hashem in the Torah not spell out exactly the reason that, the reward system, the same way the Torah spelled out our punishment system for the averos? Now, he's going to go into that, and he says over here, there's going to be many, many, many reasons. He's going to list 7 of those reasons, hypothetical reasons. Again, these are not necessarily clearly, there could be one or the other or none of them, it could be all of them, but he's going to list 7 of them. We're going to get into more of that tomorrow. But before that, he says, "Aval gemula olam above anchar." But about reward and punishment in the world to come, loy perish mehem anavi me'uma b'safra. The Moshe Rabbeinu in the Torah doesn't spell that out either clearly, not for mitzvahs and not for averos. It's not clear when it comes to olam haba what you get. Bavur come upon him for a number of reasons. And although the Torah doesn't specify the reward system, there are a few times in the Torah and Navi we see where he spoke about that there was somewhat of the Torah or the Navi or Tanakh was giving us some kind of a glimpse into what Olam Haba might look like. And from that, you might be able to understand a little bit what that reward system is. So you see by Zechariah and Yeshua, over there it said by Yeshua Kohen Gadol, it says over there that you're going to walk amongst those angels. And over there, the idea was the pasuk that said that they're walking amongst the angels. It said actually the word amongst them, meaning amongst the angels. So you're kind of giving a glimpse into what Olam Haba looks like. By Moshe Rabbeinu, before he passes away, Hashem says, "You're going to meet your forefathers." He didn't. He got buried by himself. So also that was some kind of a clue towards that. And he goes on and on and on with some of those different things. Now, there are a number of places where the Torah does hint towards that idea of Olam Haba. But at the end of the day, the question still stands, and it's a very, very simple question. Why does the Torah not specify the credit or punishment system also when it comes to Olam Haba? We're going to focus more on the credit system, but why does the Torah not mention schar in Olam Haba? And there's 7 different reasons on that, and we're going to get more into that Mitzvah Hashem tomorrow. But before we finish today, before we end off, we're going to wait for our guest who should be here shortly. So guys, please don't go anywhere. So stay tuned, please.
Actually, our guest just texted me that unfortunately he's delayed and will not be able to join us today. So we can either wait for tomorrow.
We're going to wait for tomorrow. Guys, we're going to have to do this again tomorrow. We have a record-breaking share here today. We have 12 people on. I appreciate you guys all for doing it. You get a refund. But before we do that, thank you everyone, including you, Tilly, for joining us all here today. And as always, I love you all.